Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. We are doing a pretty simple what I eat in a day video today. I wasn't really that hungry for breakfast, so I just had an everything bagel with some plant butter because you know what, that's what sounded good. But then for lunch I was feeling a little adventurous and I thought I would try and make some sushi because I had some sushi with my girlfriend a couple weeks ago and it really hit. So I was gonna try and make it myself, and I had this idea of making this fried tofu crispiness to put inside of it, so that's what we're gonna try and do. So I started out by soaking my rice and then cooking it in the rice cooker, slicing my cucumber and carrot into strips, and then I got this interesting grater contraption for Christmas, and I thought maybe I could use it to shred the tofu. If you've shredded tofu before, please explain to me how you did it, because it just turned to mush, and then it also just crumbled when I tried to use the actual cheese grater. So this totally did not go how I had planned. So please share if it was thawed. Maybe is it supposed to be frozen? I don't know. So I heated up some oil in the pan and added a little bit of soy sauce and black pepper into this tofu mixture, and then while I did that I snacked on some of this popcorn. So I still wanted to get the tofu crispy, it just was not shredded like I wanted it. And then I topped it off with a little sesame oil when it was done, after I took it off the heat, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then we're going in with the sushi mat. I have a sushi bazooka, that was a thing that I had gotten, but I just didn't feel it was that easy to use, so we're just gonna make sushi the old-fashioned way. So I had about a cup of rice that I put onto my nori sheet, and if I remember correctly, you need to leave some space on one side, that way the nori can seal. So I'm definitely doing a rice on the inside type sushi, and what was crazy is I was wow, this is a lot of rice, and then I went to put it on the nori and spread it out as evenly as I could, and I'm oh, is this not enough? But I was committed to the 1 cup, so I did my best kind of just spreading it out on the nori sheet, and as you can see I'm wetting my fingers in between, which is going to prevent the rice from sticking. And I don't think I filmed it, but I did add a little bit of rice vinegar into the sushi rice once it was done cooking to season it up. Is something that the package recommended that I do. This is the first time that I've made sushi in a really long time, so it was interesting. And then I decided to sprinkle some black and white sesame seeds on the rice, and then went in with my toppings. And I really wasn't entirely sure how much of what to put in here, because I didn't want it to be a monster roll, but I wanted it to be a meal's worth of food. So I don't know, I'm filling it like a burrito, honestly. I went in with the seasoned tofu and then some cucumber and the carrot sticks, and then I also had this avocado that was on its literal last leg. I actually had to cut some of it out and get rid of it because it was not all that great, but it ended up being good enough for this application. So I cut that into strips and also added that into my sushi and just kind of rolled it up to the best of my ability. Like I said, I'm definitely not a sushi expert. Like I said, this is the first time I've made sushi in years. It just sounded good, and I think that that's important, because I think when it comes to preparing food for yourself, I think it's important to be adventurous but also be gentle on yourself. I was not mad at all that this was a struggle, or that the tofu turned out. I was more perplexed by the shredded tofu thing not working out, because I've seen videos of people doing it. So for real, please share any information. But I think it's kind of fun to make things that you wouldn't normally make, just as a way to not only experiment in the kitchen, but I think it's a good way to kind of, I don't know, focus the mind on something new and exciting, especially if things aren't going your way in life or you feel down. Like, I know like winter is hard for a lot of people, myself included, but I think it's just a fun way to kind of bring some light into the day, and that's what this was for me, this little solo project. And then yeah, coming back to the food here, after I had my rolls done, I just did the same thing twice for both rolls pretty much, except I forgot the sesame seeds in the second roll, which is fine. And then I just used a really sharp knife to kind of slice through this, and then I ended up wetting the knife between each cut in order for the rice and the toppings not to stick. I think that's really important when cutting the sushi, and to be as gentle as possible. Also, I think trying to roll these as tight as possible is really going to yield the best results. I feel like I didn't necessarily roll them as tight as I could have, and that's why you can see like as I cut, like the little tofu crumbles are kind of falling out, which again, they were supposed to be shreds and they ended up being crumbles, so that could be like operator error on my part, but this actually was pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. Like, it definitely was a little less flavorful than I would say like the sushi that you buy like at an actual sushi place, but you know, for like a first go, I think I did pretty good. And I ate like 1.5, maybe like 1.25 of these. I didn't finish the entire thing. And then of course you got to eat the sushi with the sushi ginger and some soy sauce. I'm also not like pro at chopsticks, so I wanted to like practice for like the next time I went out with my friend, because I'm like, I don't know, like it's difficult, and like I usually just drop it in the soy sauce and it splashes everywhere and it makes a big old mess and it's just like a whole thing, but you know what, I'm doing my best. And then a little bit later I was craving something sweet, so I had one of these oat chocolate bars from Trader Joe's, and I did eat this whole bar even though it has 4 little like tidbits, but it was a nice sweet treat. And then for dinner I was utilizing leftovers, so I had some leftover rice, some falafel I made a while ago, and then the rest of my veggies from the sushi, and then some cashew cream. I think I made this in my last video, but I just reheated the falafel in the air fryer and microwaved the rice, and then made a little bit of a bowl because that seemed like a good thing, and I was craving falafel and I didn't have hummus, so I thought the cashew cream would be kind of a good substitute. You definitely need a sauce because I feel like falafel are kind of dry. Like, even if they were made good, I feel like they're still kind of dry. So this was a really tasty dinner. I definitely recommend utilizing leftovers, and I really liked like eating the fresh veggies with this. And then for dessert, I made this granola bowl with this chocolate granola, yogurt, and some raspberries, and then finished the night off with my magnesium and tart cherry juice, like nightcap situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the food that I ate. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're new, don't forget to share, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.